All right. Welcome back to chapter 3, the sales process. So we last looked at entering a sales receipt. So now let's actually take a look at how to enter in an invoice, right? Any way that you want to do it, whether it's through the plus new icon, the sales center, or the customer center. I'm going to go ahead and right here, since I'm already on the sales center, I'm going to click on here. And the first option I have is invoice. Now notice this. As soon as I click on invoice, only difference is now the top part just says invoice. Okay. In this case, it says invoice number 1003. Okay. Now, the true difference here is underneath the tags, there is no section for payment methods. That's the only difference between a sales receipt and a invoice. Is one, the sales receipt has the payment method and the of receiving payments from the customer, and the invoice does not. It's the only difference, right? Because the invoice, right, is we are creating an accounts receivable where the customer is going to essentially owe us money and will eventually pay us later, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at our very first invoice here, where we are going to be looking at Jeanette Diamond. Okay, we're gonna invoice her on the 15th. And we're gonna schedule her for net 30 for Mike Mizuki, and this is gonna be invoice number 1054 for the Walnut Creek location. Okay, so once again, Jeanette Diamond. Okay. Okay, so there it is, Jeanette Diamond. Okay, now once again, if you have the customer's email, you can have it here. And of course, you can also select the different ones where there is a bank transfer or something like that. But in this case, I'm going to ignore this section here, right? Because, again, this is for the payments section, available for the payments option, which we'll talk about later, okay? Now, again, here, net 30, we're going to invoice her, or in this case, as a vendor, we're going to bill her as a customer, right? And it's going to be on the 15th. So therefore, in 30 days from now, she's going to owe us on, oh, wait, hold on, it's for November. I should change that to January 15. There you go, January 15. So therefore, she's going to owe me on February 14. Okay, all right. Then, of course, who is the sales rep? We have Mr. Mike Mizuki. Okay. And invoice number was 1054. Okay, for the Walnut Creek location. Tags, once again, is also retail. Okay, retail. And this is what we're going to sell to her. We sold her 2 zoom lenses and then 1 Supra package. Okay, and of course, they are all taxable. Okay, so we're looking at $136.32 worth of tax. So therefore, $1,466.28 is what she's going to owe me. Okay, so again, retail. Okay. And again here, products that we sold to her was 2 lenses. Okay, right here it says super zoom lenses. We sold 2 of them to her, and it is taxable, okay, for the store location. Okay, and of course, we also sold the Supra camera package. Supra package, which once again is going to be one of those. Again, it's going to be taxable, so you want to ensure that all the items in here are taxable. They are selected as tax. So in this case, the camera is taxed, the lens is taxable, and the case is taxable. And of course, you're going to designate this all to the store location. Okay, good. So once again, here you go for $1,329.96. We're going to charge her at Santa Clara tax because she's buying it at the Walnut Creek location. So therefore, $136.32 worth of tax, like we said, for a grand total of $1,466.28. And because she's going to owe me the money on an account, I'm going to go ahead and click on Save and Close. So then now, once that saves and close, right, it's telling me right here on the sales window, there you go, that I have an outstanding $1,466 worth of outstanding bills, and that's exactly right here. She owes me $1,466, and it has yet, and right now it says overdue because it's taken into consideration of today's date. All right, so there you go, and we haven't received a payment from Shanette yet, okay, because we just entered in the invoice. So now Shanette owes me $1,466, right? And you're also able to see that through the customer's center, right? If I go look up Shanette Diamond, she owes me $1,466, okay? So again, that one transaction was able to link to multiple different transactions and record it in multiple locations, okay? So that is entering the very first invoice right there, okay? So let's see another example here where we're going to be doing another invoice for Miss Linda Fulton. Miss Linda Fulton, right, we billed her for the 20th of January here, okay? And this time her sales representative is Katie Ropa. So Katie Ropa is doing some work here, right? And this one's going to be for the Walnut Creek location, invoice number 1060, right? And we're going to schedule these indoor photo sessions and the retouching packages. So in this case, we're scheduling to have services be completed for Linda Fulton, okay? So again, sales tax, since it's service, there won't be any sales tax. So again, you want to make sure that the total is $1,455 for the portraits. So again, we're going to do 2 indoor sessions and 3 indoor photo sessions and 4 hours of retouching services. Okay? So again, Linda Fulton is going to be here. So again, I'm going to click on plus new, and I want this to be an invoice, okay, for Miss Linda Fulton. Okay, there you go, Linda Fulton. There she is. Okay. Once again, this is going to be net 30, right, for the date that she purchased the service was, or we invoiced her for the service was January 20th. Okay. Sales representative, once again, is Katie Ropa. So K D Ropa. Okay. And her invoice number is going to be 1060 for the Walnut Creek location. Okay. Tags, once again, this time it's going to be portraits. Let's see. POR. Okay, so I don't have portraits in here, so I'm going to go ahead and put in and quick add portraits in here. Okay. Add portraits. Okay. And let's see. let's see, we have a service date, right? We're scheduled to do the portraits on the 27th of January and to complete the retouching services on January 28th. Okay? So in this case, January 27 and to complete the retouching services on January 28th. Okay, so again, what was the product or service? Since it was a service that we are providing, the first one was the indoor photo session. She wanted 3 of them, okay, costing at $225 an hour. Okay, so therefore it is not taxable because it's a service that we are providing. Okay, so again, once again, it is for the store. Okay. And then the next one is going to be the retouching services. So again, retouching services. Okay. She wanted 4 of them at $195 a piece. Good. It's not taxable and it's for the store location. Okay. So then grand total, because these are services are usually non-taxable. So therefore, she owes us $1,455, which is correct, right? All right, and we're gonna go ahead and save and close, right? Well, you want to also make sure that you want to say, just because in this case, even though the services are not taxed, you want to make sure that we are taxing her the correct location. So in this case, Walnut Creek location is in Santa Clara County. So therefore, again, because these are non-taxable, there is 0 tax on here. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that the customer's receipt represents everything that they are purchasing. So if an item is non-taxable, you still have to represent that there is sales tax and that they are being taxed the correct sales tax, city or county. Okay, so everything looks good. She owes me $1,455. Now notice this. I scheduled using the service date to have the option to bill her ahead of time before scheduling her actual service date. Now in this case, that's very typical, right? Because anybody can come and request for services to be completed, right, at a later date. So that's exactly what we're doing here. Is we're looking at an example where a customer is buying services from us and scheduling it for us to complete it on a specific date. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and click save and close. Okay. All right, so there you go. Now we are owed a lot more money. We are owed $2,921. Okay? All right. Let's take another example of another invoice here where this time, right, it's for the Satterley wedding planners, and we're going to have it scheduled for our build on the 20th once again for Katie Ropa. This time, this is for a purchase order, okay? And this time it's for the San Jose location, and this person, right, we're designating it to a actual couple here for the Greg and Andrew David couple here. And they're going to be wanting a deluxe shoot. So remember everything on the deluxe shoot, right? We got 2 services plus 1 photo package, which is to be taxed. So yes, in this case, we can tax for specific items on an invoice, right? Not everything that has to be on the list can be tax exempt, even if it's a package, right? That just like how we did for the camera, lens, and the case, right? We get to choose which items are taxable and which items are non-taxable. So let's go ahead and put this in. Let's go ahead and put this invoice in. Okay. All right. So again, let's see. They want the deluxe shoot to be scheduled on February 20th. Okay. So Once again, I'm going to go ahead and go click on plus new. Now, check this out. So this time, when I save it, I'm going to actually click save and new this time. So then I don't have to, I can just enter in the next invoice right afterwards. Okay. So again, we have Satterley Wedding, but this time I'm going to put Greg in here. Okay. So because I put Greg, they would populate under Greg and Andrew, David under Satterley Wedding. Okay, and as you can see, it says sub customer. So they know this is Satterley Wedding Planners, and then it has the 2 dots there that says it's for Greg and Andrew David. Okay, so once again, they're going to be Satterley is going to be billed on January 20th. They have 30 days to pay. Okay, and sales representative once again is Katie Ropa. Okay, so in this case, this is one of those options where we don't have a list that we can just, drop down for this one. Okay, unfortunately, you do have to type in the custom field every single time just because this is one of those options that you're customizing your form for. Okay, now they do have a purchase order number, right? This purchase order number was purchase order number 1142. Okay, so that means there is no bill or reference number here, so you can just get rid of that section there. And this time it's for the San Jose location. Okay, so once again, the tag here is weddings because it is a wedding photo shoot. There you go, weddings. Okay, and then let's see. Service dates. Okay, so they want to actually have this scheduled to be done on February 20th. Okay, and what do they want? They want the deluxe shoot. So here you go, deluxe shoot. So once I click on deluxe shoot, remember, when we created this package, it was an indoor photo session, outdoor photo session, and a photo retouching, and the standard photo package. Now remember, 3 of these are services and 1 of them is an actual product that you sold. Now in this case, like I've mentioned, right, you can designate which ones are taxable, which ones are not. So as you can see right here, indoor is taxable, which is, it really isn't. So you can uncheck that. But we know that the standard photo package is taxable. So I'm going to go ahead and designate that as taxable. Now, as far as classes, all of them are going to be for the store. Okay, so there you go. And I'm just going to confirm that's the store. Okay, so I only have 1 item that is taxable. All right, and of course, so the whole entire package is for $770, right? No discounts are given, but this one right here, right, because it's the San Jose location, we need to charge them at the San Jose, California tax, which is 9.75%, right? And because it's only on that 1 item for the standard photo package here, it's only for the total of $15.12, right? Because only the photo package is being taxed. Okay? All right. So then again, in this case, so now I am at $785.12. So I am off by a penny here, but that's okay. I'll just fix that. Okay, so in this case, $785.12. So therefore, everything looks good. Only that photo package is being charged tax, and I can go ahead and click save and close. Okay. And then once again, I keep getting this error message, but I made sure that all of my items have been categorized for my classes. Okay, so there you go. Another invoice, another O. So therefore, I'm currently outstanding at $3,706. Okay, and I completely forgot to do the save and new. Okay, so since we have a couple more invoices left to go, I'm just going to go ahead and do it for the next time, okay? So let's go ahead and do one more example here where we have another invoice, okay? This time, let's take a look at invoice number 4. What's so different about invoice number 4? This time, we're going to be including a videographer, right? Which is a third-party vendor that we use. So in this case, right, we're going to go ahead and invoice Miss Muradilla Builders, okay, for the Barnett residence family for the 20th of January. Okay, this time it's purchase order number 2468. Okay, for the San Jose location, and they requested for videographers to be done on the 13th of February, right? And they're going to be not taxed, and this time it's for the real estate. Okay, so again, invoice, this time it's Madeira, but this time it's the Barnett residence. Okay, so Barnett, I do have to complete all of these to continue the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. So again, Barnett residents, we're going to be billing them on the 20th of January. Sales rep, once again, is Katie Ropa. Okay. Their PO number is once again 2468. Okay. No invoice number here because they have a purchase order number here for the San Jose location. Okay, this time it's for real estate. Okay, and service date once again is the 13th of February. And they're going to be having videographers, right? Which we are going to be, videographers. And they're going to have a total of, 4 videographers? Let's see. Yes, 4 videographers for $500. Okay. Because it's a service, it's non-taxable. Okay, so there you go. Service for $500. And because it's the San Jose location, make sure you have the San Jose tax here for $0. Okay. So again, now down below in green, right, I do have options to choose here. This time, like I mentioned before, right, I'm going to do save and new. So what happens when I click save and new and click on it, right? I think I forgot. Okay, there you go. So there you go, right? I click the save and new and boom, it creates a brand new invoice for me. So that's how I can just go ahead and put invoice after invoice after invoice after invoice, one after another, right? Instead of having to click that plus new icon every single time, I went ahead and saved myself some time and clicked on save and new. So that allows me to save my invoice and then create a brand new invoice right afterwards. Okay, so save me some extra time there. All right, so the next one we have here is going to be another one for the DeVoe residents this time. And they're going to be doing another session here for videographers for $375. So again, we're just recording all of Kitty Ropa's sales here. Okay, so again, this time it's the DeVoe residence. Okay, there you go, DeVoe residence. Okay. Yep, they got invoiced the same date. Sales representative, once again, is Katie Ropa. Okay. PO number is 2469. No invoice number. Again, San Jose location. Okay, and this time they got 3 videographers. Okay, for a total of $375. And they are also real estate. Okay, but this time their service date is for February 6th. Okay, and same thing here. They got some videographers. Okay, 3 of them, which are non-taxable, right, for $375. And once again, I'm going to select the tax to be San Jose. And let's go ahead and click on Save and New. Okay. All right. Last but not least, last invoice I'm going to put in here is going to be invoice number 6 here, which is going to have all of these and including a 10% discount. So this is where, again, when I chose to change my settings for this, I allowed to have a discount box. Okay, so if you remember down at the form, okay, I've on the form for the invoice here, I have a section for my discounts. So this is where I can actually do an actual sales discount for my customers, okay? So this one is going to be different. This is going to be like an in-store sales opportunity where it's applied for the whole entire thing. But if I give my customers personal discounts, that's where I'm going to be doing a credit memo. Okay? So first we're going to do is we're going to take a look at when we have an actual overall sales discount, how do I apply it for all of my items, okay? Now I can choose, once again, if I want to apply it to if I want to apply it to all of the items, then I use this discount section right here. But let's say I want to discount certain items. Then I can actually create what's called a discount service. And what that does is that will allow you to itemize your items and only discount certain products and services that you want to appear on here. Now again, how do you do that? You're going to create the actual service right then and there as a discount service. Okay? And then what's going to happen is it's going to be a negative amount. So you put a quantity of 1, and then the rate will be a negative rate. So whatever discount it is, let's say it's a 10% discount, right? That's where I can create that on my actual line items. And what happens is they discount each line item. Okay? You can also create what's called a discount line item by adding up all your lines up in a subtotal. Okay, so that's where this right here says right here subtotal, and then you can add your discount afterwards right underneath it. Okay, so that's what you can do there. But let's go ahead and take a look at doing the discount as an overall item right here down below at that little discount section there. Okay, so again, we're going to add in Miss Liz Kendall. Okay. Okay, Miss Lindell Kildell. Okay, she's going to be invoiced on the 21st of January for net 30. Katie Ropa is her sales representative for the purchase order number 9210 for the Walnut Creek location. Okay. So once again, we got Liz Kildell. Okay, Liz Kidell right here. Net 30 for invoice, date to be the 21st of January. Sales representative, once again, is going to be Katie Ropa. Okay, and then purchase order number is that 90210. No invoice number because she is a purchase order number, and it's for the Walnut Creek location. Okay. Once again, this time, let's see. Katie is going to be okay. She's going to be purchasing products and services. She's going to be purchasing a camera and a case, and we're going to do a subtotal line item, okay? And then this date is going to be, and then once we do the subtotal item, then we're going to include a videographer, 3 of them, right? Then we're going to do a discount 10%, which is going to be for the $115. Okay, so once again, we're going to do a subtotal line here, right, for the first 2 items, and then we're going to create another one for the videographers for the quantity of 3. All right, then we're going to discount the videographers. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to write, this is for corporation. So there you go, corporation. We're going to have the line items, right? We want to make sure we have the camera in here. Camera. And we want the case for the camera, and we're going to subtotal those items right here. Okay, so there you go. We added those items on here, 1 of each, right? And again, these are taxable items. Okay, and again, it's for the store. Okay, and now we're going to create a subtotal line here. So how do we do that? We're going to add right here the subtotal line right here under item number 3. So again, it should create a subtotal line item right here. So there you go. You have the subtotal right here for 7, 7, and 4. Okay? Then you're going to create another line item for the products and services, right? So number 4, you want to schedule that you want to have the videographers appear for the 28th of January. You want the 3 videographers. Okay? 28th of January. And you're going to have videographers. Okay? And you're going to have 3 of them. Okay? And then now you're going to put in your discount. So your discount's going to be 10%. Okay? So it says discount percentage. You're going to type in 10%. So that should give you a total of $115. Now, are you discounting all the items? In this case, yes, you're discounting all the items. But like I've mentioned, if you choose not to do that and you only want to discount one of the items, you're going to do a discount line item. Okay? So there you go. The discount, since I'm applying it to everything, there you go. So maybe Liz Cadell, right? We're going to talk about this in the next one. She's going to pay for the camera first and then pay for the services later. And we'll talk about that in chapter 5.2. All right. So so that's why we're separating them now, because we want to make sure that we have a separation between the products that she's going to buy and then the services that we're going to provide. Okay? And of course, tax. Once again, tax is based on Walnut Creek location. Okay? Because that's where she so it's going to be Santa Clara. So the tax is going to be off of the products that we said were taxable. So in this case, I have my videographers as taxable. I got to make sure I uncheck that because that's not taxable. Okay? So therefore, the Santa Clara tax is going to be $71.49, giving a grand total of $1106.48. Okay? Which is not the total. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to include the shipping. Oh, we got to include $32 worth of shipping in there too. Okay? So, we have a shipping line item, right, where we could include $32 on here as well. So there you go. Now the total is $1138.48, which is now correct, right? We're at $1138.48, right? And that will conclude our very last one. So in this case, right, this one included a discount item that we had here, right? Remember, this is only if you discount all the items that are unavailable here. Now, if you're trying to discount one item at a time, or for example, right, you have different discounts for different prices for different items and different products and services, right? Let's say you have a store-wide discount only on cameras, nothing else, right? Then you're going to create a line item underneath it to only discount the product above it, okay? But in this case, I'm doing a store discount here. So therefore, I'm going to apply the 10% to all the items here. And then, of course, I'm also doing sales tax for just the items that are taxable. And I'm going to also charge an additional charge of shipping the items to Liz Cadell, right? So therefore, remember, if you remember, when we added the content to the sales form, I said yes to discounts, and I said yes to shipping. Excuse me. So therefore, $1138.48 is what Liz owes me. Okay? And I'm going to change this to say now save and close. Okay? Because you can save and send, save and close. Okay? And that will conclude all of my invoices and all of my sales for that section. Okay? Now it says, do you want to leave without saving? No. Why? What happened? Okay, let's go save and close. Oh, maybe I accidentally clicked the wrong button. Let's see. It says here something went wrong. Add item to so it should be in red. Oh, whoops. I guess I created a new invoice. Okay, so let's go ahead and click yes. Let's make sure that Liz Cadell, Liz Cadell right here. Perfect, okay. I saved it, and now I am owed $5,720. Okay, and that concludes that whole invoice section right there. Okay. All right. Next is to receive my payments. So again, when we talked about invoices, right, we talked about how that triggers an accounts receivable, right? So right now, I have an account balance for my accounts receivable to be $5,720. Now, that's a lot of money that not a lot of customers owe me, okay? Now, how do I reduce that amount that people owe me, right? And your only way to do that is by using the receive payments window. So right here, if I take a look here, I have invoices And then the next one underneath it is receive payments. Again, just like how you did for bills, right? You need to have bill payment to reduce your accounts payable. This is the same feature. You cannot use sales receipt to receive the payments, even though, yes, you are collecting money with the sales receipt, but by collecting money through the sales receipt, you are essentially re-entering in the services and everything again twice, and you don't want to do that. So in order to reduce that your customers owe you $5,000, you need to use the receive payments window. Okay? So once again, I can do that right here. I can actually receive the payment right here. So every invoice that is due, I can click right here. I can go to new transactions to receive payments. Okay, so again, payments. Okay, I can receive the payments through the customer's window. Okay, but in this case, so let's go ahead and just use that receive payments from the new icon. Okay, so the first payment I'm going to be receiving is going to be from Miss Liz Cadell, okay? And she's going to give me a payment on the 21st. So like I've mentioned, right, we separated our invoice for a reason, because maybe Liz Cadell is going to pay us for the camera and everything first, and then we're going to schedule, right, we scheduled the videographers to come to Liz Cadell's place to film her on the 28th of January, right? So right now she's going to pay for the products ahead of time by making a payment via credit card, right? And again, she's going to pay for $806.99. So again, she's going to be giving us a partial payment for the purchase order number 9210. So once again, go to the receive payments window. Who did we receive a payment from? Once again, we received it from Miss Liz Cadell. Okay, so Liz Cadell. Okay. You can find by invoice number, but in this case, it's okay because it says right here that there's only one invoice that she's making a payment from, and it's going to be this one. So you are going to select this invoice right here, right? As soon as I select that invoice, it's going to say she's going to pay automatically for the full thing, which is not going to be true. We're going to override that real quick, okay? So first things first is, when are we receiving the payment? 21st of January. Payment method, she's going to pay via credit card, okay? The money is going to go to our, not our cash account, but the deposits, right? Payments to deposit, okay? Right, now this is where it says the amount that she is going to pay, right? Or the amount that we received. We are going to receive how much again? We're going to receive $806.99. $806.99. Okay? $806.99 is what I'm going to be receiving from Miss Liz Cadell, which is a partial payment, because we said that she's going to pay for those for the camera and the case first, plus the shipping, okay? And then that she's going to pay the videographers later. Okay, so once I've done that, right, if you need a reference point, you can go ahead and click on this invoice right here just to see what are the items that we're going to be looking at. So in this case, it won't let me view it. But in this case, right, we're going to be receiving a partial payment. So therefore, right, it tells me right here that the amount that is to be applied is $806.99. So that therefore she will eventually owe me at the end of the day the remaining amount. Okay. So once I have this done here, I can go ahead and click on save and close. Okay. So then what happens to Liz Cadell's invoice after receiving her partial payment? Well, let's take a look. Liz Cadell right here, right? Invoice. She still owes me $331.49 because that's her account balance. Now, if I go ahead and click on her invoice, right? It's going to show me this, right? That if I scroll all the way down, it's going to show me that she owed me $1,138.49, right? And we received an amount paid for $806.99. So therefore, she owes me $331.49. So already it tells me right here, she still owes me and we only received a partial payment. Okay? Right there on the invoice. So again, now the bill says that she still owes me $331. So you see, by making a partial payment to an invoice, right, it will update it automatically and let you know this is how much that she owes you left. Okay? And she still has 30 days to pay the remaining amount of balance, right? But the thing is, because it's only the 21st, a week later, right, I believe she wanted us to go and send some videographers a week later to go ahead and film her for whatever she needs to be filmed for, right? And she's going to pay us later, right? We need to provide the service first before she can pay the rest of it, okay? So there you go. That's an example of a partial payment that we can receive from our customers. So that means she's still outstanding for $331. Okay. So let's see a second payment, right? Where Miss Linda Fulton, right? She's going to make a payment on February 13, right? And she's going to write us a check. Okay, the check number 5309, right? And she's going to make a payment for the $1,455. Okay, and again, we're going to select the invoice number 1060. Now, once again, you can either do it that way, or once again, we can go to the actual sales center and locate invoice number 1060. So here we go, Linda Fulton for invoice number 1060, and we can simply click right here, receive a payment. Right, and that's going to pull up the window, have everything filled out. So Linda Fulton is already there. Only thing that we need to do is make changes to the date on when we received the payment. So again, she paid us on February 13. Okay, and payment method is she paid via check. Okay. Now again, if you have a reference number, what is that check number? Because there is no place to put the check number in this case. Yep. So in this case, we're going to put check number 5309. Okay. Again, payments to deposit. And she's going to give us for the $1,455 that she's going to pay us. Okay. So open transactions, right? We're going to select this invoice right here for that $1,455. It says it's due on the 19th, so she's paying a little early here. Okay. And once everything looks good, right, we see the payment for that $1,455. So the amount to credit is $0. So that means she doesn't owe us anything else. Okay. And once everything that looks good, right, we can go ahead and save and close. So as I recorded this payment, right, the amount that is owed to us has decreased significantly. All right. And if you check your accounts receivable account, you're going to see it has also decreased. So let's take a look at that, right? So we mentioned that every transaction that you do in QuickBooks, right? Again, we're using the double entry system. So that means we're increasing our accounts and we're decreasing our accounts. So if I were to go ahead and check out my accounts receivable account, right? So it's right here, accounts receivable. If I go ahead and view the register, so this is it, right? Here in the very beginning, we had a bunch of a bunch of charges. So again, here we charged $1,466, $1,455, and $700. We kept charging, and then finally we made a payment, or we received a payment, right? So when we received that payment, it now has decreased our account balance accordingly, right? So once again, that is how we read the register, is that now we see this, right? This account balance, we keep increasing it, so it's going to increase our account balances. In this case, hold on, let's move this over. I know. Okay, so in this case, as you can see, we are currently outstanding at $3,457. So remember, everything that we're doing here, right? We're making charges to our account, we're increasing the accounts receivable, and then of course, every time we receive a payment, it will decrease it. Okay, so that's taking a look at the accounting behind the scenes, where a received payment window had actually decreased our accounts receivable. Okay. All right, back to sales, because we're going to do one more received payments. Okay, so this time we're going to receive a payment from Madeira Builders, okay, for January 31st, and she's going to pay off the entire amount with the check number 875001, and it's going to be for the $875. So she's going to make a multiple payments on 2 invoices, right? Because we billed her twice, one for the DeVoe residence and one for the Barnett residence. She's going to go ahead and pay for both invoices. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to receive payments window. Okay, and we're going to type in Madeira, right? Because we said that both Barnett and DeVoe, every time we have a service for them, we're going to bill Miss Madeira Builders. Okay, so here we selected Madeira Builders. Today is the 31st of January. Okay, so yes, a customer can indeed pay for multiple invoices at one time. So she wrote us a check, right? Check number 87501, right? It's going to go to the payments to deposit, right? And we're going to go ahead and select invoice, or in this case, purchase order, right? And this purchase order here, okay? For the $500 for the 4 videographers, and then again, another $375 for the 3 videographers. So in grand total, she's going to pay us $875. Okay, right there, credit is 0, right, for the amount of $875. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Close. So again, receiving payments is easy. So there you go. Now that I click Save and Close, we end up reducing my total accounts receivable down to $2,583. And now check this out, right? All of my statuses, right? For my sales, right? You can see create invoices, you can see receive payments, okay? And then so on and so forth. Okay, hold on. Where is my status? Oh, I think I'm under customers. Okay. All, there we go. All sales here. There you go. Statuses, right? Received. See, it says now the invoice is now closed, meaning it's been paid. Okay, paid, closed, paid. Okay, so we still have a few outstanding. Now, once again, if I were to go to my customer's profile, so that's where I was, and if I go ahead and click Madeira Builders, right, and check out my transactions here, this will list out saying that, okay, we recorded 2 bills to her, or 2 invoices to her, and we received a payment. So again, it does keep track of your vendor, and it tells you right here that they owe you nothing. So again, you can also use the customer center to kind of see who owes you what. Okay. And then, of course, you can also take a look at all of your sales here for people who still owe you as well, right? Pending open invoices, right? Okay. So that is it for receiving payments. So once again, let's go ahead and take another break real quick. And when we come back, we'll do the bank deposits, accounts receivable reports, and then do the review questions.